How's it going? Thanks for joining me. Somebody asked me to dissect this no force on flat earth, give you a deeper look at what's going on. So remember in the movie Avatar you had the Tree of Souls at the center of their forest, that special place, the Tree of Souls. And what I'm telling you is that like the Tree of Souls would have been like the astral web that spread out across the flat earth plane, and these giant trees were silica trees, or like you have silicone chips in a computer. And the astral web, sort of like when you see in Ghostbusters, they show you all these ghosts are green. And what I'm telling you is that before these trees were knocked down, there was a living web, an astral web that spread out across the earth. Silicon trees like silicon chips. It was a superhighway of information that has been chopped down. And now what's left is these mountains, which are the roots and the stumps of these giant trees that used to spread out across the earth. At the center of the dish is the Holy of Holies, where the Tree of Life comes shooting out. So let's take a look at something. You go into a church, you kneel down to the feminine, okay? You kneel down to the feminine, and you place holy water on your head, okay? And you go into a church and you do the upside down cross. You go from your head to your chest, left to right, doing this upside down cross, which makes perfect sense that this is Jesus right here, because it says, as above, so below, as within, so without. You see one thumb in, one thumb out, and you see the two snakes right there. One's black, one's white. And what I'm telling you, this is as above, so below, 2 fingers up, 2 fingers down, as within, so without. This is the same story over and over and over again. At the center of the dish is your doorway to heaven. Okay? So your stairway to heaven is what, like your Jacob's ladder, that's the Holy of Holies at the center of the dish where every compass points to. So I've been pointing out, every compass like this one, you see, is pointing to where Jesus places his light into the hole. At the center of the dish, out from that hole comes the Tree of Life, shooting out, hits the parabolic mirror, and showers down on us. Before all these trees were knocked down, that astral light would have spread out across the earth through these veins, or these roots, on these silica trees, sort of like silicon chips. And the land beneath us is the land of perpetual twilight. So, like for example, you see these fish over here, and it looks like the division symbol. And what I'm seeing is, like, for example, you're birthed out of your mother's water. Your father places his junk into your mother's trunk, and then 9 months later, you're birthed out of your mother's water onto the dock. And the dock doctors the papers and sends them off to the vital statistics office, and they send back to the hospital a certificate. Because when a ship berths into a port and berths out that all those goods onto a new country's soil, there's a birth certificate that's given to the captain, and that accounts for all that inventory. So that birth certificate that you have shows you that your inventory, it looks just like a warehouse receipt. It has all the numbers on the bonding paper exactly like a birth certificate is exactly like a stock certificate, with the special paper and the numbers and all that stuff. That's because you're stock and you're lost at sea. You know, there's plenty of fish in the sea, right? So what I'm getting at here is that the land of perpetual twilight is beneath us. So we have the sun above our head, which is 32 nautical miles in diameter. It spirals in and spirals out, bringing the seasons. Okay, the land beneath us has the black sun, which is stationary, and it's 800 nautical miles in diameter, and it's fixed because the astral jet has to come shooting out through that hole, hit the parabolic mirror, and shower down on us. Before, there used to be trees that light would go shooting through, and that was like the living, breathing astral web that spread out across the earth. And now that's all been chopped down, and we're living in a mining colony. Everybody is working for worthless paper, backed by their own stupidity, and now their god is time. Their time is money. You will get to school on time, pay your bills on time. Everything will be done on time. You see, you go to a strip club and you make it rain, okay? You make it rain, and it's just crazy, people. So what I'm getting at is that at the center of the dish is where you're going to find the land of milk and honey. It's the land of perpetual twilight. You're going to go into the hole at the center of the dish where every compass points to. Okay? And when you pop out the other side, you're going to see all those giant trees and all that shit. It still exists. It's just like the electric universe model. They said that Saturn was the primary sun. It was up in the sky, stationary. It's still exactly like that. But you need to get to the Holy of Holies at the center of the dish. And when you go through that hole and you pop out the other side, okay, you're on the division symbol right now, the chessboard. Okay? On the other side is the land of perpetual twilight. That's where we're going to find, okay, heaven and the Garden of Eden. Okay, it's right over there at the center of the dish, the Holy of Holies. Every compass points to it. So again, you walk into a church, you kneel down to the feminine, you make an upside down cross, and when you go inside a church, you'll see that there's the stained glass windows showing you that you're focusing all your intent onto the black sun, which is Satan. So the sun above your head is making your flesh, your bones, and your blood. And now that you're here, you want to bring something into reality, that's coming through the black sun. And it's just that simple. They're showing you right over here. Like when you go to marry a woman, you give her a ring, okay? That's not like a Vesca Pisces. That's like, and you put it on your limp finger. Your wedding finger is your limp finger, not like your fuck you finger, okay? It's your limp finger, showing you that you need to go where Jesus places his light into the hole. That's where the fountain of youth is. You see the pin the tail on the dawn key right there? X marks the spot. There's no way to mess this up. You know, you spin somebody around like you're in the world, like a whirlwind spinning around. That's why you spin someone around. And you blindfold them. Okay, that's sort of like on your birthday. You close your eyes and make a wish, blow out the candle, and focus all your intent onto the black sun. You go into a church, and you see stained glass windows. That's because they're blocking out the sun above your head and focusing your intent onto the black sun. Okay, the black sun, you're a black hole. Your eyes are sucking in light like a black hole. Your ears are sucking in sound like a black hole. Your taste buds and your everything in your body, you're a black hole, is what you can't see. And you're on the checkerboard right now, the chessboard. There's the hole at the center of the dish called the Holy of Holies. X marks the spot. There's no way to mess it up. And it's the two bowls, as in the Bible, as in two bowls, okay, which is one side of a light hole is a black hole. So it's one sun, okay, it's one coin with two sides. If you open up a Black's Law Dictionary, 1936 edition, and you look up the definition of a human being, you will see that it's a monster with no inheritable blood, cannot be heir to any land unless through marriage. And to get married, you need a marriage license, a certificate, showing you that you're owned, just like a birth certificate. And your children are stock owned by the government. And you are marked down as lost at sea. Your country set up a corporation in your name, and if you look up the definition of a corporation, it's dead corpse. So you would be the walking dead, literally. So what I'm seeing here is the center of the dish, where every compass points to, is the Holy of Holies. It's one side of a light hole is a black hole. Now, let's go back over here to the checkerboard. This would be Adam, the chessboard. And a rib was broken off of Adam and placed up in the sky to make Eve. And that would be the moon, which is sending down a square wave at you, keeping your brain half shut off, where half of your brain is shut off and you can't see what's hiding in plain sight. When I see this, I see one side of a light hole is a black hole, the two bowls like the Bible, okay? The pair of ox. What I see over here is where every monster needs to get to before they're dead, at the Holy of Holies at the center of the dish. It's very simple. Okay, so that all-seeing eye that they want you to believe is above your head is actually the Holy of Holies at the center of the dish, where every single compass is pointing to. It's literally right over there. Okay, see how he's pointing? It's literally right over there. See the candy cane right over there? Okay, they're telling you. Okay, what I see is the Holy of Holies at the center of the dish. Every compass points to it. It's the tree of life shooting out at the center of the dish. So before all these trees were knocked down, there would have been the astral web would spread out across the earth, and it's just that simple. Right now, you are in the land of the wasteland. Okay, you're in the mad den. You're here to mine gold. You work for worthless paper backed by your own stupidity, and that's your God right there. Yes, you will get your children to school on time. You will pay your bills on time, your taxes on time. That's your God now. And it's worthless paper backed by our own stupidity. Every compass is pointing to the land of milk and honey. It's right over there, people. You see this? Jesus places his light into the hole, and out from that hole comes the green astral light, and that is God, the astral jet. It's very simple. There's no way to mess this up. As you see over here, they're pointing to the Holy of Holies at the center of the dish. I see an arrow pointing to the Holy of Holies. I see the Holy of Holies at the center of the dish. It's just that simple. When you go in that hole and you pop out the other side, you'll see those gigantic trees that go on forever. The astral web. They tell you the tree of souls. And just like you'll see the green ghost in Ghostbusters. Okay, it's the green astral light that's shooting out, and that would have gone through the tree of life and spread out all through the astral web. So I recommend you type in your computer, proof plants are conscious. I'm telling you that the plants are conscious, and before you bite into a plant, you need to project that in gratitude. And I'm telling you that water is conscious. You can see Dr. Amamoto will show you that water is programmable. You hold up a glass of water in your hands and you say to it, I intend to bring forth heaven on earth. I intend to worship all and exclude none. Give me the knowledge of the ages so I might bring forth heaven on earth. And then drink it. And you'll see that your water, you're a bag of mostly water. But let me go deeper into this so you understand what's going on. Okay, right now, you're in the land of hell. Okay, it's 75% water, they say, and 25% land. But the land beneath us is 75% land and 25% water. And the sun beneath us is 800 nautical miles in diameter, and it's stationary and fixed. And Jesus is the sun above your head. One side of a light hole is a black hole, so it's the same sun on loop. That's what I see when I see the thing. Is I don't see the, of course, yes, people think it's the sun and the moon, but I see one side of a light hole is a black hole, and it's on loop. This would be like the Jesus-Lucy loop. Okay? Now, of course, Jesus could be like the feminine also, like the, like the menstrual blood spills out. So, like a candy cane is showing you. So it's the reason it's both sexes. As above, so below, as within, so without. And see the two snakes, one's black, one's white. Okay? They're showing you one side of a light hole is a black hole. See the waters like the scales? Okay? See the star in the head? And then the two horns, that's like the sun and the moon, which make up the horns. Both of them place their light into the hole at the center of the dish. So when you see Jesus is the way, they're telling you to follow Jesus' light into the hole at the center of the dish, and that's where you will get your everlasting life. It's just that simple. So the Garden of Eden, it's right over there. Every compass points to it. So when you see the Garden of Eden, these giant trees that spread out across the underworld, which is actually the overworld, we're in the underworld right now. We're in the wasteland right now. We're in the mining colony right now. And it's just that simple. So the silica trees make perfect sense. The astral web would spread out across the earth, and like silicon chips, okay, silicon trees, they've been chopped down, and your divinity has been stolen from you. What I'm telling you is at the center of the dish, X marks the spot. Every compass points to it. There's really no way to mess this up. It's just that simple. It doesn't matter what religion you think you are, what language you speak. Everybody worships the sun, and they've stopped worshiping the sun, which is a conscious living being, and now you worship a dead man that you think died on a cross. And it doesn't matter what religion you are, it's still the sun, and you think it's not the sun, you think it's something different. And what I'm telling you is when I see this, I see the yellow brick road. I see what every compass points to. I see that it's right over there. It's just that simple. When I see this, the grammaton, tetragrammaton, see the hole at the center of the dish? I see it. It's one side of a light hole is a black hole. It's very simple. There's no way to mess this up. And I see over here, see how one's black, one's white? As above, so below. As within, so without. See the candy cane or the question mark? If you take a candy cane and you try and figure it into a figure 8, you'll end up with a question mark. If you take a question mark and try and figure it into figure 8, you'll end up with the candy cane. And you see that that's like the rays of the sun coming off there. And see how they come to an X at the center right there and the arrow pointing down? That's the feminine. Alright? So, when I see the stripper pole, I see like Eve, like the moon, spinning around, and then the man sprinkling the money down, which is like making it rain, the green astral light, making it rain. So, let's just keep this simple. At the center of the dish, where the tree of life comes shooting out, hits the parabolic mirror and showers down on us. So when your body falls off of you, you'll have your astral body underneath. And things used to be much different, as you can see. All these trees have been chopped down. And I'm telling you, the land beneath us is where we need to get to before we're dead. That's where we're going to find heaven. The Garden of Eden. See that? At the center of the dish, you see that? It looks like the heavenly buildings in there. The castle of God. It's right there at the center of the dish. There's no way to mess this up. And I'm telling you right now that since your country set up a corporation in your name, you are the walking dead. And what you want to do is you want to prove that you're still alive, that you're a living being, because dead beings don't have any blood to spill. What you'll want to do is go over to your computer, type in blood over intent, and hit enter, and scroll down. You'll see, here's a video, right over here, okay? See that? It's 38 minutes long. It's on Jada Jackson channel. I explain all this stuff in great detail. I recommend you go see that. Now you see this stuff over here, satanic ritual. Let me be very clear. Satan would be the black sun. Jesus would be the sun above your head that's making your flesh, your bones, and your blood. And now that you're here, you want to bring something into reality. That's coming through the black sun, and you're calling it Satan and all these horrible names and calling it evil. And that's because you're mentally retarded and you can't see anything. So I recommend what you do is you prove that you're a living being by writing out on a piece of paper, I intend to bring forth heaven on earth, spilling your blood on it, and then publishing your video right beside the rest of ours. Okay? Only zombies don't have any blood to spill. So you should talk to these people. Like, ask him, how do you feel after spilling your blood over there a week ago? And you can see he's making videos because he can see stuff now because he's not a zombie anymore. And what I'm telling you is that these videos go on and on and on and on and on. When a couple of million of us are side by side, blood is thicker than water, we're going to make it to the Holy of Holies, where we get our everlasting life and our way out of here. It's just that simple. Every compass points to it. So if you ask me, what's the address, how to get to the Holy of Holies, look at any freaking compass. There it is, right over there. Every compass points to it. Okay? When a couple of million of us are side by side, we're going to be strong enough. Enough of us will be, that's power, people. When a couple of million of us are, blood is thicker than water, that's power to get to the center of the dish where every compass points to. So I recommend you contact these people and ask them, what is it? How do you feel after spilling your blood over your intent? And talk to these people, okay? There's hundreds upon hundreds of us here, stacked side by side. Blood is thicker than water in the womb of creation. And that's what moves the matrix. So, you know, you get baptized in water, and the water is the feminine. You're birthed out of your mother's water onto the dock. And the feminine is pointing to the way out. At the Holy of Holies, at the center of the dish, that's where you need to get to, the tree of life. Okay? And that's where you're going to find the kingdom of God. It's just that simple. The Garden of Eden, it's right over there. Every compass points to it. But I can tell you this, if you think that creative force is going to let you into heaven, everybody knows only the devil hides his intent. So until you spill your blood and place it right beside the rest of ours, you're just a walking dead. You're a fucking zombie.